Hello, everybody. So I don't want that live. One watching. Hello. It's getting ready to storm again. It's like Florida. And poor Lily has found her new hiding place. She's in the garage where it's hotter than hell. Well, poor thing. It's hard to be afraid of thunderstorms when you live in Florida, when you have one almost every day. I see there's a couple people here. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes. I know there's a lag. I think Miriam and Raul have gotten everything kind of squared away for the Midsummer Extravaganza Streamathon. So that's good. I counted up 21 people as of the other day are participating. Hi, Belinda. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Hi, Janet. I hope things have dried out a little bit in Babylon. Hi, Janice. It's good to see you. And Joyce Boring's in the house. And Barbara. Wow. How awesome to see you ladies. It's great. Super duper. Yeah, I'm all been thinking about, well, I've been working on this thing I'm going to attempt to do today, and I don't know. Hi, Andrea. It may be a little bit more, I mean, a bit more off than I can chew, but we'll give it a try, right? If you don't try, you don't know. And so it's a Louise Hensel extravaganza. It's a mixed media embroidery kind of hack thing. That's why you can see a hoop here, but the hoop, you know, there's going to be some stamping and painting and gessoing and matte mediuming and putting underpants on. Yes, isn't she? Oh my gosh. And she is so funny. She doesn't even realize how funny she is. And the detail to which she puts to all of her stuff is just absolutely phenomenal. And I love watching her. Let's see. And like, yeah, her accent. I love her accent. Well, probably about a month or so ago, maybe even further back, she was doing a stream and she kept on using the word, she kept on saying shit. And after she went back and looked at it, she realized that she meant to say stuff. So every time she would use, say stuff, she actually said shit. And when she saw that in her translation, she was laughing and she's, I can't believe I said that so many times. I thought I was saying stuff, but I wasn't saying stuff. I thought it was pretty funny, but she laughed. Oh yeah, thanks for the thumbs up. Always, always, always thumbs up are good, 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 good. So I'm slotted for Wednesday at 4 to 6 for the Extremathon Extravaganza. And I think that was kind of a mistake, and I didn't say anything because I figured, it's hard enough and I will just, keep my mouth shut and just do the best I can. Wednesday is put aside for drawing and sketching and drawing tutorials. when I had contacted Miriam, I said I would like to make some more prayer tags and also alter a book. And she messaged me back. She said, "Oh, that's great. That's super wonderful." And then she stuck me on Wednesday. So I'm going to try to draw. And I got out, I was talking to the ladies in my Thursday chat. And I started dragging out all the drawing books I have. And I have so many drawing books, how to draw, how not to draw. And I could spend 2 hours just going through my entire library of drawing books, many of them enabled by none other than Dee Dee. But I have so many. Oh my gosh! So I'm gonna do some drawing on Wednesday. So I hope you can come in and offer moral support. And then Saturday is the mixed media day. So I think I'll make some more prayer tags. And I'm going to make the prayer tags this time out of, I'm going to do the gesso canvas. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be comfy, but I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? I was going through some of this stuff. And my problem, I don't know about you folks, but I start something and I'm all gung ho, and then I lose interest or I get frustrated in it and I stop doing it. And I wish, it'd be great if I could just stick to something, for the duration of whatever it is. But anyway, so that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to read a little bit from our good friend Roberto Fulgram. And this is the latest book. I think this is the last book he wrote. He's still writing though, but we've read two of his books. And this one is, some observations from both sides of the refrigerator door. So I'll just read a couple of pages. I never pre-read these, which I really should, but we'll muddle through. I didn't see any. And I'm certainly not going to be doing Procreate. That is for darn sure. I don't know. That's a good question, though. All of the names that I saw on the schedule, I don't associate any of those people with Procreate, but you never know. You never know. A kindergarten teacher I know was asked to have her class dramatize a fairy tale for a teachers' conference. After much discussion, the children achieved consensus on that old favorite, Cinderella, the classic old rags to riches story that never dies. Cream will rise is the moral of this tale. Someday you may get what you think you deserve. It's why adults play the lottery with such passion. Cinderella was a good choice from the teacher's point of view because there were many parts and lots of room for discretionary padding of parts so that every child in the class could be in the play. A list of characters was compiled as the class talked through the plot of the drama. There was the absolutely ravishing Cinderella, the evil stepmother, the two wicked and dumb stepsisters, and the beautiful and wise fairy godmother, the pumpkin, mice, coachman, horses, the king, all the peoples at the king's ball, generals, admirals, knights, princesses, and of course the ultimate object of fabled desire, the prince, good news incarnate. The children were allowed to choose roles for themselves. As the parts were allotted, each child was labeled with felt pen and paper and sent to stand over on the other side of the room while casting was completed. Finally, every child had a part, except one small boy who had remained quiet and disengaged from the selection process. A somewhat enigmatic kid, a different, and because he was plump for his age, often teased by other children. "Well, Norman," said the teacher, "who are you going to be?" "Well," replied Norman, "I'm going to be the pig." "Pig? There's no pig in this story." "Well, there is now." Wisdom was fortunately included in the teacher's tool bag. She looked carefully at Norman. What harm? It was a bit of casting to type, and Norman did have a certain pigness about him. All right, so be it. Norman was declared the pig in the story of Cinderella. Nobody else wanted to be the pig anyhow, so it was quite fine with the class. And since there was nothing in the script explaining what the pig was supposed to do, the action was left up to Norman. As it turned out, Norman gave himself a walk-on part. The pig walked along with Cinderella wherever Cinderella went, ambling along on all fours in a piggy way in a costume of his own devising. Pink, long underwear complete with trapdoor rear flap, pipe cleaner tail, and a paper clip cup for a nose. He made no sound. He simply sat on his back haunches and observed what was going on, like some silently supportive Greek chorus. The expressions on his face reflected the details of the dramatic action, looking worried, sad, anxious, hopeful, puzzled, mad, bored, sick, and pleased at the moment as the moment required. There was no doubt about what was going on, and no doubt that it was important. One look at the pig, and you knew. The pig was so earnest, so sincere, so very there. The pig brought gravity and mythic import to this well-worn fairy tale. So I'll leave off there. So there's a pig in Cinderella, played by Norman. Hi, Yolan. I think that's pretty funny. All right, it's 8. Oh my God, it's 8:11. Wow, holy moly! We'll pick up at the rest of the pig in the Cinderella. I can't wait to see the end because we're going to find out what happens to Norman and the pig. Norman the pig. All righty. So let me put Robert away or not. Okay, so this was just, I was practicing on paper. Okay, so I don't need this because all of this is going to go on. Hi, Sophia. Yes, Sophia. All of this is going to go on this. Woohoo! Isn't that intriguing? I had some trouble with the stamping process of it. So I've got copious notes. And so we'll see. But the first thing I have to do, Laurie Marie Jenkins is put down some underwear, as she would call it. And I happened to catch a video of hers the other day. She and Rob were sitting on the couch in their house, and it was pouring rain. It's the rainy season in Costa Rica. They moved up. They moved to Costa Rica, I guess 2 years ago, and they're in the process of putting in a pool. Yes, I'm glad that you all migrated over here. I was lonely. And it was pretty interesting. And they have tarps all over. Hi, Sharon. They have tarps hanging all over where the pool is going in. And the pool's they're gonna have some spectacular view. And then they told the story. They had to go to town to renew their residency permit. And it's quite the process. And of course, it's always hard in a foreign country. And you renew it, I guess, every 2 years. And they thought after 6 they could apply for, I guess they thought after 4 years they could apply for permanent residency, but apparently they have to go and get 2-year residencies 3 times, which is a total of 6 years. And they were saying it was pretty interesting because everything, all this kind of stuff that they have to go through, all happens at the post office. You go to the bank and pay for it. You have to pay up front. And if you don't pay up front, you're out of luck. You've got to show the money up front. And then you go to the post office. And then when they went to the post office, they had paid, right? And when they went to the post office, they found out that whoever was doing the figuring at the bank the day that they went to pay had figured it wrong. And they owed more money. So then they had to go back to the bank. and pay whatever they owed. And then they had to go back to the post office. And it just, bureaucracy is everywhere. It abounds everywhere. I just got a letter from my insurance saying that the dermatology office that I've been going to is no longer, and that the physician's assistant that I've been seeing is moving to another practice. So I have to, usually when someone leaves or closes a practice, they're not allowed to practice medicine within the near vicinity of the existing whatever they were. But apparently Health First, which is my insurance company, is getting out of the dermatology business altogether, which I think is it. Oh, your bank called you to wish you a, well, that's nice. Yeah, that was nice of them. Yeah. My financial advisor usually sends me a birthday card, or his secretary does. He doesn't. She just puts the card in front of him and he signs it. But so that's what's new. There's really nothing new and exciting here. I talked to my son this morning. He's back to school without kids yet. I guess the kids come next week. And he's in Utah. But the kids up northeast he thinks still go back after Labor Day. I'm glad I'm not going back to school. Let's see. I do not miss it at all. Isn't that horrible? Well, shouldn't feel bad. I put my 34 years in. I invited hi, Adria. Oh, wow. I know it's hard. I just started seeing a dermatologist on a regular basis, which was kind of, waiting that long was not the wisest thing. And I guess 2 years ago now, maybe 2 years, they did find some, cancer on my forehead, near my eye, and on my cheek. And the doctor did what they call Mohs surgery, where they just take little slivers off until there's no more cancer evident. So they take a couple of slivers and they go and they put it under a microscope and they come back and say, we got it. Or they come back and they say, we got to dig some more. So, and they didn't do it both on the same day because they thought the locations were too close to one another. But I had no complications, it all went. And then he left. He went back to Connecticut. He and his wife left Florida and went back to Connecticut. So I knew, he was gone. So there was no doctor per se at that office, but the PAs were there. And then there's there's a PA-C. And then there's the PARN, and then the PA-C, and then there's the ARNBC. No, I don't know. It goes on anyway. But I've been seeing the PA. But she's going to this new practice And they said, for my convenience, they're transferring all my medical records to this new practice called, it's not Shady Tree, because that would not be a good name. It's something in the shade dermatology. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad too. Me too. Absolutely. But I think I've had like 2 checkups in a row that have come back showing nothing. So now I only have to go once a year. Yeah, that is price. Well, that's what I was afraid of, Barbara. And I read through it a couple of times, and at the bottom it says, this office accepts all major insurance, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I know, and I'm thinking, it says they accept all major insurance. I'm thinking my insurance is not major insurance at all. It's a very local. Hi, Angie. It's a very, very local insurance. It's only for Brevard County. That's it. And then I was like thinking to myself, crap, I'm going to have to call him Monday. And then I read the last line in the 2-letter thing, and at the bottom it said, we accept Health First insurance. So I don't have to call them. They do accept my insurance. I mean, I've been very happy with Health First. I had Health First when I was teaching. So and then when I went to Advantage, a lot of people don't like Advantage because you have to go to their doctors. And I wouldn't like that either. I wouldn't want to leave my doctors. But since that was the health insurance I had when I was teaching, all those people were my doctors, so I didn't have to change anything. So I was very lucky. Because the first year I retired, I was with AARP. And I had a premium of about $200 a month. And it was hard because, fortunately, all my employers, most of my jobs, my health insurance had always been included. So, and now I was having to pay for health insurance. And then I switched to Health First. And my premium is $0. Better than Health Last. That's right. Yes. I would take Health First over Health Last anytime. But they, again, are it's a very, small, very local. As I said, it's only this one county. So when my friends moved to the west coast of Florida, they had to get different insurance because they had Health First also. Now, Devin, every time I say Health First, I'm going to think Health Last. I'll have to bring that up when I go to the. And then I got another letter. I got a letter from my. It's weird. I got a letter from my doctor's office telling me that both she and her PARN are both going to be out of the office on September 16th. And I have to call the office and reschedule, even though they're the ones that gave me that appointment. I guess they both decided to go on vacation or something. I don't know. But anyway, it all worked out. Got that squared away. Always something. Always something. I love doing this. I find this so much fun. Oh, okay. Are you? Do they have that every month, Angie? You're selling stuff at your town festival? I think. Whoops. I think Angie sells stuff. Whoops. Ow. Yeah, there's a group of people that live here that they bought flags to put on everybody's mailboxes, and they got like little holders for the flags, and they come around and put flags, and put flags up, and they had the flags on the mailboxes last week, and we were all kind of baffled as to what the occasion was, but maybe it was for the Olympics. I don't know. So they were on our mailboxes for a couple of days, and now they've been taken down again. So I don't know who makes that decision. Okay. I don't have to fill those in because. Can you hear that thunder? Oh, okay. The first Monday of each month in your selling, I've made some cute fall flower. Oh, good for you. Good for you, Angie. Yeah, the flag committee. Exactly. I don't know who. Yeah, it's very nice of them. It really is a nice thing to have. And they sell flags pretty cheaply here too. I mean, cheaper. If you want to have a flag, if you want to put up a flagpole, a lot of people here do. And of course, the flag has to be either taken down every night or lit. 20, has to have a light on it, and that's the flag protocol. And you can buy a flag. No, that was cheaperly. No, that was thunder. And Lily's in her new favorite hiding place. As soon as there's a rumble, she goes to the garage door in the kitchen and starts meowing her head off. And so she's out in the garage where it's about 100 degrees. So that's where she's hiding out. Now I can't find the top to the matte medium. Ah, come on. What the heck would I have done with that? Lord. Oh, there it is. And speaking of Miss Lily, I was telling you about how the flags. They were saying the maintenance department. They said that if they have set flags for sale there, and if you want a cotton flag, and these are big flags, only $22. And if you want a nylon one, they're $14. And they'll even sell you the little solar, the solar thing that you stick in the lawn that will light your flag, in the nighttime. It goes on when it gets dark. But speaking of Lily, I've talked about her being aggressive and how her behavior has changed. And a long time ago, she started nipping and biting me, and I took her to the vet. And $800 later, they said there's nothing wrong with her. Well, the other night, she really kind of attacked me, and broke the skin on my arm, and she nipped me, and I said to her, no biting. And then, I pushed her away, and then she lunged at me. I'm thinking, geez, this is not my cat. So I've I think I've figured out what's going on. I had this discussion with the ladies in the Thursday chat. I think she's got mercury poisoning. And the reason why I say I think she's got mercury poison is I've been giving her about an ounce, an ounce of tuna fish every day in order to get her arthritis medicine into her. And I mean, I'm talking every day, probably for the last 2 years. And there's mercury in tuna fish, but every day. It is scary. And I looked it up on the internet, and there were a whole bunch of articles about mercury poisoning and cats. It was incredible. Hi, Leslie. Okay, Andrea, be careful. So, and I think no, and there is no way. I mean, I've immediately stopped giving her tuna fish, and that's been, oh my God, because she expects. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, stay on. My electricity's flickering. Do I still have internet? I do. Oh boy, we never. I shouldn't say never. I'm not going to say a word about the electricity, because our utilities are underground. Well, there. I mean, there's like the charcoal stuff. Um, and I stopped giving her the tuna fish immediately. And I don't think that once it's in her system, I'm going to call the vet tomorrow and make an appointment. And they said that there's a blood test. But they said, most vets, when they do a routine checkup and do blood work, they're not looking for mercury poisoning. And so then the next question is, what can I give her in order to get her arthritis medicine into her? Ah, your cat had mercury poisoning from tuna too, Leslie? Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Well, they said that it was okay to give them tuna like a tablespoon once a week, but Lily's been having it every day for about 3 years. And I think that's probably what did in her brother from another mother. Tiger passed away. So what did you do? Well, now I'm trying to figure out how to get because the arthritis medicine is in a powder. It's in a capsule, and you can sprinkle it. Well, I just bought a can of chicken, which I figured I can puree. And another person suggested baby food, like the baby food meat. And so I bought some baby food chicken because there's nothing in it but chicken. So I'm going to try those two tomorrow morning and see how she does. I mean, she's got dry cat food out all the time. I had to buy some pill pockets for cats. Okay. I don't know what that is. Okay. But I'm going to call and, I'm afraid that that's probably what's going on, because that's just. Did your cat have other symptoms? Because there were a whole bunch of symptoms when the cats did that, and she shows really nothing. There's nothing that she really shows other than this change in behavior. I know, that's what I saw on a website. They said they talked about baby food, yogurt, Greek yogurt. You can't give a cat peanut butter, and you can't stick a pill in a chunk of cheese because the cat won't go for that. But so I bought some baby food from Amazon, my favorite purveyor, and we'll see. And I'll try it tomorrow. The first morning I tried a little scrambled egg, and okay, because that was one of the symptoms. Yes, that was one of the symptoms. Wobbly and unsteady and not walking correctly. I read that. Yep. Oh my gosh. Geez, that's okay. All right, interesting. Okay. Interesting. You started walking into things and you took him to the vet. Well, I'll call the vet Monday tomorrow morning and tell him what I suspect. Such a pain. I mean, I have trouble. I mean, she's pretty good. I mean, I open the door to the pet carrier, and in the past, she's just walked into it because she's curious. And I tell him once I get to the vet, I need help getting her out of the car because I can barely lift her. The scrambled eggs did not go over well, unfortunately. She took a couple of bites, walked over to her dried cat food, ate some of that, and then proceeded to throw up. So that did not go over well. And so that was a bust. So the next thing I have to do is put gesso on this. And I'm just going to use, oh, there's lightning and here comes some thunder. And this is, I'm using thick gesso. And now when Louisa did this, ooh, she had a wooden board that she was using that was brown, and now my white 12 by 12 canvas is now brown. I think I might use a spatula. Is that the right word, spatula? No. Oh, use these to give your cat her arthritis medicine. Oh, okay. Thanks, Colleen. Colleen sent me an attachment. I will check that out. Because I have to say, you know, her limp is gone. I mean, she was limping, and it was determined that she had arthritis a long time ago. And I told the vet I was giving her tuna, but, you know, I don't think the vets listen, just like regular doctors don't listen, you know. And she's 14 years old. Yeah, yeah. She kept on crafting through the storm. Well, the good thing about it is it's already on its way out, which is good. Fortunately, there's some nasty crap that's brewing in the Caribbean that I think looks like it may, keep your fingers crossed, it may hang a right and just miss the coast of Florida altogether, which would be the best case scenario. But what a mess Debbie caused. Holy mackerel. Hi, Carla. I mean, Debbie wouldn't go away. What damage, flooding that she's caused. We hardly got anything from Debbie. Hardly any rain. And we need rain. But my prayer tags, they are doing very well. And I posted a picture of them on my Facebook page. So they're still there. They're a little worn for wear, you know. And they're made out of oak tag. They're not made, there's no cloth. There's strips of cloth on them, you know. Hi, Margaret, from beautiful BC. See, the storm's gone. It's all gone. All gone. Oh, I lied. There was another. No, it's going away. I can hear it. Now, after you put the gesso on, I didn't do a real good job, but it's pretty thick. I'm going to leave it for a little bit. And I'm going to stamp into the wetish gesso. So we'll see. There's a lot of stamping, and there's some of it's a little, I'm going to have to stamp onto, bye, Safia. Yeah, me too. Me too, Safia. Yeah, the thunder's back. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, I spoke too soon. Thumbs up. Yes, thank you, Janet. Thumbs up, please. I guess thumbs down too. I guess they don't really care one way or the other. I hope Safia's husband was coming down with a cold. I hope he didn't come, end up being a cold. I'm just going to stick this here in some water. And I'm just going to let this dry a little bit. Now, I really prepared for this because I have the stamping plate all ready to go. Ugh. Took me quite a while today to get all the bits and pieces together, and I can't tell you how many times I've watched the video. But we'll see. Worst case scenario, well, it doesn't come out. We'll see. There's just a lot of moving parts. That's all. I'm thinking, though. No, I guess not. I was thinking that possibly I could turn this into, make this into another clock, which would be really cool. Because when I bought the clock mechanisms, I made that one clock a couple of weeks ago. You got 2 clock mechanisms in the package, but because of the I can't speak. I can't think. The hoop, the embroidery hoop, that gets glued on here, and that would be a little bit too high for the clock mechanism. Not high enough for the clock mechanism to go between the hoop and the. So it's just going to be a mixed media art extravaganza. All right. Let's see how this is all going to work out. Now, I even re-inked my my ink pad. I've been very, very efficient. Didn't get anything else done today. Now, stuff is supposed to go on the side, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. I might put spackling, regular spackling. Oh, I didn't see you, Aunt Bex. Hi. Okay. All right. No, I didn't see you come in. I'm glad you're here. I did not see you. I was, chatting away. All right. So this is the stamp thing and I have it all ready. And it just says love and then just the rest of the alphabet. And this is what it looks like because I practiced on a piece of paper, a 12 by 12 piece of paper. So that's what it's kind of going to look like. And then the embroidery thing is going to go in the middle. And you're going to stamp on the embroidery thing, flowers, and you're going to paint the flowers. Yeah, it's quite the process. But I think I'm going to use the heat gun here. I think I'm going to, hi, Pam. I think this is probably a little bit too wet. I'm going to put the heat gun on this a little bit because I'm afraid that, and it's a little bit thicker than what she put on. So I'm going to do the heat gun thing for a little bit. Hi, Teresa. Oh my gosh, Colleen's here? I didn't even see, she sent me a message about, I didn't even, oh, hi, Colleen. Let me just dry this a little bit. Hi, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. So glad you can join us. So that's the trying to think what else is new. Uh, and that's about it. Well, my oldest son and wife are in England and in Wales, and she posted pictures from the pottery in Wales of her favorite pottery, the favorite pottery that she likes the most. There, they went to the pottery place today, and she posted some pictures. But lots of pictures of lots of castles and such. And she's a school teacher, so I don't know when they go back to school. She teaches in a private Jewish academy in the Boston area. And she's a math teacher. I think Michelle is. I think I saw your name, right, Michelle? You're part of the Screamathon? I'm going to be drawing on Wednesday. Yeah, if you want to come see me. Oh, I think that's just about right. I'm going to actually draw upside down. Yes, I am. I'm not going to be upside down, but I'm going to be drawing upside down. That doesn't sound right, does it? I'm not. No, I'm going to draw a picture upside down. Oh, Betty Edwards. Drawing upside down on the right side of your brain. I know. I'm going to try to watch as many as I can too. Yeah. And I see that Miriam's going to bed. God bless her. God. Oh, this bottom corner is really wet. Let me just give that another. Let me just give that another. So this is what yesterday I started to say, oh, hi, Debbie. I invited an old teaching friend of mine who I taught with many, many years ago. And she only taught at Holy Trinity for about 2 years and then left. She has her captain's license, like for a big freighter ship type of thing. And she just can't stand. I mean, she travels and has the most crazy job. Before she coming back to the States, she worked. Are you ready for this? She worked in the library at Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay. There's a naval base there, and there's a library, and she was the librarian. I don't know how you find these jobs. So she was in Cuba for all these years, and now she's back stateside, and she's working as a contractor with NASA at Cape Canaveral. Very interesting person. So I invited her over, and we watched the women's soccer game. And I was thrilled because 11 a.m. is, oh my God, that is prime Bloody Mary. So guess what I had? I had a Bloody Mary. She didn't. She had a beer. But before she came over, I have a pair of cut-off pants that I've been wearing that I've cut off. And I don't know, I was impelled or motivated to hem them. And I actually hemmed these pants or shorts. They were pants that were now shorts. I actually hemmed them before she came over. And I did a pretty good job, except the pants were green and the thread was navy blue. I didn't want to change the thread, but I don't think she noticed nor cared. Yes, Raoul's the other guy. Yep, Raoul and Miriam. And I just love it's just, to me, it's just so amazing that we've got a woman in Israel and Raoul in Barcelona and putting all of this together. And I told you that the last count, I counted 21 people participating. It's crazy, right? All right, so this is going to go in this. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be a little tricky. Yes, it is. And all right, where's the ink? Here's the ink. All right, I'm afraid that when I put these down, the gesso is going to suck the tile off. So keep our fingers crossed. I did re-ink this, so this should be pretty juicy. And I'm using, she used brown ink. I don't remember now. Coffee grounds or whatever. I'm using, this is potting soil. And Angie's back just in time for the show. So the women won. It was a very interesting game because Brazil should have won. Brazil scored 2 goals that were taken back for some sort of offense. So the score should have, and the United States only scored 1 goal. So if Brazil hadn't lost those 2 goals, US would have lost 2-1 to Brazil, but that was not the case. So I'm standing up now. She's standing up. I'm a little nervous, but I know I'm going to have to clean these off. I don't expect it to stamp well, but it's this kind of, please. Oh, well, that's not very good, but that's okay. I should have pressed harder. You know what? I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go right back in because let me wipe some of this off and re-ink. I was afraid to press too hard, and I'll go back in. It's okay. I will press harder now. I think I'll just try to line this up. Or it'll just be a brown globby mess. Because it's one thing, stamping on a piece, of paper, and then stamping with this and this, obviously, maybe if I press from the bottom too, that might help. Because this is springy, it's a 1/2-inch frame. Okay. All right. Let's see what kind of mess I made now. Oh, look at that. I'm not mad with that. Ooh. And that's exactly, look at that. Talk about texture. Now I gotta, oops. I'll hold it up so you can see it up close. It really looks cool. Let me see. Yeah, it's gesso. It's heavy gesso. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me clean this off a little bit. I mean, who thinks only Louisa would think of, something like this? And I'm using different stamps than what she used for the, I'll wipe some of this off and then I'll re-ink it. She didn't really re-ink it. She just kind of did it when, what do you call that? When you go back and you do it, you stamp a second time. but you don't give it more ink. A ghost, is that what it's called? A ghost, a ghost printing or a ghost stamping. That's what she did. But I wanted to stamp it again to get some more. Okay. All right. I'm going to try it again. Let me get rid of this. We don't need this over here anymore. We don't need underpants anymore. Okay, let's do this again. Welcome back, Barbara. Welcome back. My son Richard, the one that lives in Utah, Salt Lake City, lucky him, he saw Seinfeld in concert. How cool is that? Jerry Seinfeld was performing in Salt Lake City. Richard got tickets and saw him. All right, so this is going to go here, like so. And we're going to know to press. Well, it's going to have a lot of texture. That is for sure. And I'm using Painter Canvas Drop Cloth, which is a little on the rough side for the embroidery, fake embroidery. There's really no embroidery involved other than this. The cloth is on an embroidery hoop. And in the end, Lisa did a couple of French knots, and it said took her 2 hours to find videos. She spent 2 hours watching videos on how to do the French knot, and then took her. Come on, G, don't. No, come on, V and love. Stay with the program. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. I have to take that off. That's just too much. Let me scrape that off. Maybe that's what we'll just scrape it off and put some more ink. No, putting more ink on that. Oh, well. It's probably going to mess up I better wipe it. Thank you guys for hanging out and being patient and me muttering to myself. I was going to stick this back in the ink, but then all of this gunk will go on the ink pad. And that would not be too cool, I don't think. So. It's still a rumbling out there. The V doesn't want to stay in place. Do you hate that? Okay. Gee, that's right. Drop the ink pad. We're getting there. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting some stuff on the. You can see I'm staying in frame. That's good. I usually don't do that very well. Okay. At least there's a board here, so I can get some traction there. Get underneath here and press. Get the cue. Oh, you know what I could do? No, I couldn't do that. I was going to turn this over and press on this, but this is still, I might put the heat gun on that before I do the next stamping, because that's still, and that's pretty thick over there. And I'm afraid to, can I scrape that off? Yeah, look at that. A little bit, got a little carried away with the gesso on that corner. I have, oh man, I have a bloody mess here, just to say, oh, thank God for baby wipes, right? Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Still not bad. Lost the S that time, and the V in love. That V in love is being very, very difficult, isn't it? All right, let me get fresh handy wipe. Is it, no, baby wipe. Handy wipe? No, it's a baby wipe. Is there such a thing as a handy wipe? Am I making stuff up now? Yeah. All right. Baby wipes. All right. Let me, you know how I got these to stick before? I wiped them with a baby wipe and then stuck them down, and they stuck really good to the plate. But that's not, the V just does not want to cooperate. It's sticking to my hand. All right. Come on, S. Get back in line. Ah. All right. Because she sped it up, you know, she did it and she sped it up. And so the whole thing was done in a half an hour. That's something I've never done. I've never made a video. Handy wipes are from the 70s. I've never done a video and, you know, edited it. I tried. Oh, I did. I guess I tried once, and oh my gosh, it was a disaster. And never again. But a lot of you guys duet videos all the time and post them and do premieres and all of that. Oh, okay. Yes, Andrea was a dancer, a ballet dancer. And now she has a very, very important job. We could have our own TV station. I can do the weather. I think, yeah, drawing this on the better chance of, but I'm really happy with the way that, you know, as messy as this is, and it's messy, I'm really kind of happy with the way it turned out. All right, let's do that. I got to do some stamping in here, but that's just the like little, that's the one stamp I didn't get out. All right, let's do this last corner. I'm glad I juiced up this stamp pad. I'm glad I had the re-inker. Okay, I'm going to stand up again. Okay. Hi, Mariah. Andrea's, she's very talented and a world traveler. All right. I'm glad this part of it's over. I knew this was going to be, messy and problematic, and it hasn't been that bad. It has been messy and labor intensive, I would say, but it's pretty cool. Let's get that Q, A, get that V in love, 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 the V in love. Love boat. U, okay. S, okay. Let's pull it. Dum da da dum, dum 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 dum. Oh, it's interesting. It was the G this time. Go figure. Look at that. And see, that's because I dried it. There's very little gesso on these letters, so I don't have to go running off and get them, cleaned. God, I've had these letters, this alphabet. This is a Timmy alphabet. I've had these for years. Probably one of the first Timmy stamp sets I ever bought. Okay, that's not too bad, really. But that's because I dried that gesso, and scraped some of it off. That made a big difference. I think that's good enough until I can soak them. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. Who's in trouble? Oh, you're asking Adria. Was she? Oh yeah, she was in deep shit. Yeah, she was. She was in trouble. She was in trouble with the popo. Mm-hmm. And I'll let her tell you what she did. Actually, it's more of like what she didn't do. Did you hear that last clap of thunder? There was one more clap of thunder. This storm can move out of here at any point now. It can go bye-bye. All right. All right, I'm going to stick this out of the harm's way. So I'm going to put some like stuff like in here. And let me get some. That's the one thing I forgot to get out. Exactly. She was worried. She was worried about you. You just can't be AWO. Away without, AWOL. I figured I could get that. All right, I need a little bit of text. How about, that would be a good little bit of text. Definition of curiosity. That's from my Alice in Wonderland stamp set. And how about Ooh, that might be interesting. Just something like that. Doesn't have to make sense. All right. And how about... No, we'll leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Let me get a little block here. Hey, it's not sticking. Come on. I hate that when the stamps don't stick to the... You got to put a piece of a glue on them or something. Yeah, that's not sticking at all. All right, fine, be that way. I'm already all messed up anyway, so I'm just gonna do a little of this, a little of that here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm all schmoozed up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just curiouser and curiouser. All right. And let's see what this is. This is like a little bit of a map. I think it's a map or a blueprint or something. Okay. There. God, I'm a mess. Okay. Done. Not done, but done with this part of it. Yeah, I was going to use glue stick. I usually put a little glue stick on. But these are really, they're very old and dried out. And earlier today, what I did was I actually washed the back of them. And I got a little bit of gunk in there. All right. But no gunk in there. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Let's throw these away. Not throw them away. You know what I mean. Put them aside. Get them out of the way. I'll throw them on the floor. No, I'm not going to throw them on the floor. I love it when you do a stream and then you have to clean up. You got crap everywhere. Okay. Now, I can move this out of the way. And now the next. Hi, Julie. So that's what it looks like. I probably am going to need a toothbrush. I never thought about that. I don't think I have a toothbrush. I mean, I don't have. I'll have to look for one. And the dentist always asks me, do I want a toothbrush? But I use an electric toothbrush, water pick type of thing. So I always tell them, no, I don't need a. Have to get going to spend time. Okay, yes. Are you on in the wee hours of the morning? That's right. Beth kicks it off at 12:01. All right. Now, the next thing that has to be done is I have to take this off the hoop because this is going to get stamped and painted. I know. I was practicing earlier and just to see what paints I could use, and I couldn't use watercolor because it bled. See, I was doing some of this earlier, but this is Distress ink and this is watercolor, and the watercolor didn't work. And I decided I'm just going to use these flowers and this flower and not all of those. But this is my practice. And I was trying to do French knots with this string, which was, I got 2 French knots, but I think I'm going to use floss for that. All right. You can stop talking and let me get the stamp platform out and get rid of the underpants stuff. Ugh. So I'm trying to think whether I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle in here because, well, that's not going to do me any good. Well, I could draw a circle in there and then that would work. All right, I could do that. That's what I'll do. I'll draw a circle in there and I'll stamp on this side. Okay, I'm just talking out loud. Let's do this. Oh, you know what I should have used? Oh, well, damn it. I should have used that pen that when you heat it disappears. Yes, yeah. The Flex-On thing, I have some of those. I didn't use them. Oh, well. Oh, all right. So I'm going to take this out. I bought an embroidery kit. Package at door. Okay, I bought an embroidery kit from Amazon a while ago, and it was not that expensive. And it came with all these needles and floss and chalk and scissors and 4 different size hoops. And that's one of those hoops that I am sacrificing for this piece of art because this is going to get glued onto that. So it's kind of like an assemblage. I'm looking at assemblages. All right. So this is Painter's canvas drop cloth that I bought a while ago. I think I bought a 5x8 chunk of this stuff. And when I put it back in the thing, you saw when I put it back in the thing that the wrinkles were gone. So it won't be so. She ironed hers, and that's something that I'm not doing. I refuse to iron. But I'm going to cut some of this off because I'm not going to need that. I know I need some, and I know that much will fit in the thingy. Oh, there's a big flash of lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess it's farther away than I thought. 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. All right. Next, I practiced on paper so I would know. Yeah, another storm. I practiced on paper. So that's what it's going to look like. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to paint that. That's the plan. I'm glad I practiced on paper. Hi, Butter Roll Boutique. I saw you earlier today. Yes, we had a really bad one last week. Yes, I was able to show it to you. This one's not that bad. Not anywhere near as bad as the one last week. That is for sure. That one last week was wicked. I mean, the water was coming, yeah, that was a bad one last week. Make sure. I'm just thinking for a minute. Like that's just a scary thing, right? It's just I couldn't remember what ink I used. I know Janet. Debbie did that to Janet. Debbie. Tropical storm Debbie. I don't think she was a hurricane when she hit Babylon. I could be wrong though. Tropical storms can be devastating. All right. Let's hope that this is gonna. Does that look about right? No, it doesn't really, does it? Let's come over. I gotta stay here though. I can't see. It needs to come over this way a little. Nope. It needs to come down a little. I'll get it eventually, folks. At least these are staying on where they're supposed to stay. I'm glad I did that circle. Oh, well, I'm going in for it. Yes. Ta-da. Dorothea. Now, is Dorothea Butterroll? Is that Dorothea's real name? Because inquiring minds want to know. Any flooding, water causes so much damage. Oh, man, it's such a running gag. Yup. Look, is that right? Is that Butterroll? I love it. Butterroll Boutique. Now I got to remember that. I thought poor messy. I was way off with messy table. I thought her name was Dawn and she lived in Australia. I was a little off on that. Okay, let's see what we got. Not bad. Good enough to paint. I can see it. Now, stick this here. Like so. How did I do that? Okay, I don't need the butterfly again. Oh boy, I almost forgot to take the butterfly off. That would have been disastrous. Only need to do the butterfly once. All right, so this needs to go here. All right, so and this can go here like so. We'll pick that up like magic. Put some ink on it. Okay. Everybody still with me? That's good. Thank you for being here. I really like this printer thing. I mean the whatever this is, the press or whatever you call it. I bought this a long time ago too, and I use it a lot. Messy palette, Diane. Yes. Julie's from Australia. I know that. Teresa's saying good afternoon to Dorothy. Just making sure that ink soaks into the. Oh, wow. Well, that's a little off, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. stick this here, like so. And stick this here like so. It's a little close. It's not even. And it's okay. You know what? It's okay. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. It'll be fine. You're in Sydney. Yes. And I live in Melbourne, Florida, not Melbourne, Australia. Or as the kids call it, Melboring. I wonder if I have enough ink on there. No, I got to ink it a little bit more. Boy, I don't like that at all, but I'm just going to have to live with it. Well, you know what? It'll be great because there's stuff that's going to go right here. Yes. Everyone throw a thumb down at me. Please, that would be awesome. I can't tell how many. Let's see. I got 16 thumbs up. Come on. There's 10 of you holding out. Come on, you can do it. Crawl over to that. I get a report card from YouTube every week and telling me how I did. Now, thumbs up instead. There's something that goes right there, so that won't be so bad. It won't be so noticeable. There's some more Timmy ephemera that goes there, and a Timmy person. I didn't have the Timmy people that are. She had a Timmy people too. Two little girls sitting. And I only have one little girl sitting. I don't have that set of Timmy people. So, all right. This part's done. So you can see this is well used. Take this off. Okay. Put this away. Put these stamps away. Later, of course, not now. Okay. We're getting there. Let's see. Because this can go in there anyway. Since this is all, I could do, no, the butterfly's going that way. It kind of dictates. Here. Yeah, there's something that's is gonna go here. It's supposed to go here, but it can go here because it doesn't really matter. This is what goes there. So you're not going to see much of all of that. So that's going to kind of go there. Like that, a little assemblage, that goes there. And then a piece of lace goes here. And then she's going to be sitting on the piece of lace or wherever she's going to be sitting. But she's one of those fat ones that I bought by mistake. So I'm going to have to peel her off. All right. So you can kind of see where it's going. And all right, I can sit down. How are we doing on time? 6:30. Okay. All right. Stick this over here. I used kind of an orangey yellow when I painted these because this is, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking those are sunflowers. Even though the leaves don't look like sunflower leaves. And these can be really any color. So I got some bright yellow. Yes, it's faux embroidery. Yes, this is faux embroidery. Hmm. And this has been inspired by none other than Louisa Hensel. Louisa Hensel. Boy, this sounds really loose, doesn't it? God, oh, that's yellow. All right. Well, let's see what it looks like. Certainly not going to have to add any water to it. That's for sure. The water's over there, though. I got it here. I got it. I guts it. I guts it. All right. I'm going in, folks. I'm going in. Let's see. And hopefully it'll be watery enough that you'll be able to see like the yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's probably not the right yellow, but it's going to be the yellow. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can. I could zoom in a little bit, couldn't I? I never know how to do that, even though I can. Yeah. I tried fabric markers, pencils, but they didn't really work that well on this. This canvas is really rough. And I don't think if Louisa used canvas, it was more like the kind of canvas that you would paint, the painting canvas that you can buy like in rolls. I don't think it was painter's drop cloth paint canvas, because that's very coarse. Yeah, let me try to zoom in. That would be very polite of me. All right, let me just click on the camera. Okay, connected. All right, and let's see, zoom. Ooh, did that work? Yeah, it did. Okay. Oh dear, I almost stuck it in the paint. Ooh. Is that better or worse or focus a little bit better? I'm so afraid I'm gonna. All right, I'm nervous. I'm afraid I'm gonna screw it up. I'm sorry if I'm not. It's better though. I know some people can. Thank you, Andrea. Some people can just, push buttons and on their keyboard and the camera will zoom in. And I'm sure I probably can do that. I just don't know how. That's not very good, but that's okay. Just kind of dabbing it in. And then again, this is so coarse. It's really. Okay, let's see. Come over here. Yeah. Look. I'm really going to try to think about a way of. I don't think I can. It would be cool if I could make this into a clock, but I can't figure out. I just don't think the clock mechanism, the shaft, the shaft on it is not that long. When I bought the clocks, it's kind of cool though when you buy the clock mechanism. I am shocked at how well the clock that I made a while ago. A great time. It keeps beautiful time. It really is amazing how accurate. And they were not that, they're like when you buy them, it's like they end up being about $10 a piece, and the two came in a pack, and they actually had 3 different styles of hands that you could put on your clock. and you put a double A battery in the back of it, and you're good to go. And you've got a clock. That's the second clock I made. I made another clock a long time ago. It was something that I did on Lori Marie Jenkins' stream years and years ago. And I turned it into a clock. She's hoping to stream again. Rob is building them a new table. So once he gets done with the table, then she'll have a table where she can do her, do her stuff. They seem to be doing really well. They had a lot of family there last week, so it was very busy there. It's a pretty scary thing, just pack up and move to another country. It's pretty. Costa Rica is one of the more stable Central American countries. Still. And there are areas like there are, communities that are predominantly made up of expats. And I think they're living in a community like that. What do you think? That doesn't look too bad. It's yellow, and I'm just going to do dots in the middle with the black fabric pen. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm going to switch to the leaves because, I know, there's another flower over here. I don't know how I missed that. I'm going to put some more paint down on the table. Maeve. That's a great name. What kind of fur baby is Maeve? Hi, Laura. I didn't see Laura. How are you, girl? It's good to see you. Wow. Thank you. So wonderful to see you. Hope things are all well with the fam. I'm making a mess here. This might end up on the wall. I might actually hang this. I've got a lot of wall space. I'm good. I'm very good, thank you. Just, enjoying life. If I can get Lily, Lily's got some issues, so if we can get that squared away, get her taken care of. Oh, there's, okay. I lost track of the petal. There it is. Okay. I checked her records. Lily's 14 years old. So she's getting up there. And I know 14 is not that old for an inside cat. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you. I should go bring Lily in, speaking of people in the garage. Let me finish this flower, and then I'm going to but that's where she wants to go. As soon as she hears that first rumble of thunder, she carries on right at the door, meowing her head off. It's kind of obvious that she wants to go out there. But being a typical cat, a lot of times I will go and open the door, and then she'll kind of sit there and look at me like, what do you want me to do? I'm thinking, I thought you wanted to go out. She kind of sniff the air. I swear to God, when I tell her it's too hot out there, I swear to God she can understand me, but I know that's stupid. I know she can't understand me. I mean, maybe to a certain extent. Well, that's okay. I think I got them all. Is that a flower or not? I can't tell. Well, if it wasn't, it is now. How's that? There. Oops. Put a little dab over here. The practice one I did, I actually went around and when I got done, I actually went around and outlined them in a Bic pen. And I might do that. And I might give this a second coat. I won't do that now. But let's see. Yeah. I'll switch to the leaf because I'm tired of the yellow. And then I'll come back. No, I'm not sure. And then the butterfly, I'm just going to probably paint maybe orange. Butterflies can be orange, right? Yeah. Well, I know they can. They can understand you. Yes, I'm not saying that they can't. Yes, I do agree they can understand you. I've started watching. Maybe some of you are familiar with the guy, Rocky Kanaki, Sitting with Dogs. I love that show. I will watch that forever. I mean, I will sit there and watch him sitting with dogs. And I love watching him. And what he does is so... Hi, Roseanne. Guys, anybody familiar with Sitting with Dogs? Rocky Kanaki, I think. He's in California. Yeah, okay, good. I thought they were orange. I've got the perfect orange for that. And he goes and he sits with dogs, and these dogs have been abandoned, and they're in a kennel or an animal shelter. And it's in California. And this animal shelter is really neat because it has an area where you can drop off a pet in the middle of the night, because it's open 24/7. You can go in, and there's like cages that you can put a dog in, and you can leave paperwork. So say you're coming home from work and you work the night shift and there's a stray dog, and what do you do with it? And they take care of it. So he goes in and he sits in the cage with these abandoned animals. And it's just dogs. I haven't seen, it hasn't done it with cats. I don't know how they could do it with cats, but anyway, he sits. Yeah. And he sits with them, and we're talking about animals understanding him, humans. And he actually, will say to the dog after a while, "You're a good boy. And the whole dog's body language changes when he's telling the dog that he's a good boy. And then he does a real thing, and then he does a whole drive, and he gets a whole bunch of animals adopted. It's just, and he is such a sweet guy too. I mean, I really just like him. And he was selling his doggy treats. Now he's selling to raise money. He's selling not the doggy treats. He goes in with his doggy treats, right, to break the ice. And some of these dogs are so in shock and so withdrawn that they won't even eat his doggy treats. His goal is to basically get the dog to sit in his lap. And now he's selling coffee. And I guess he has a bit. He has a like a small mini shelter on his own property. I guess where he can take in so many um, dogs. Misty used to pretend she didn't understand. You could tell you knew. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah. And dogs obviously have to communicate. Oh my God, I say I want to get up, and Mauve doesn't move a muscle, occasionally groans though. Yeah. All right, I'm hoping this. Well, you know what? Before I do that, folks, since I can, I have a piece of canvas here. So why not? Ooh. Oh, I like that green. I like it. I like it. Okay. That green is good. All right. All right. This is a nice green. And you can see what I'm doing. Can't tell. All right. All right. Here comes some green. Yep. It's green, all right. I like that better than the other green that I use on the other one. I'm glad I practiced this morning, actually all day. I've been fiddling with this all day. I must have watched the video about 5 times. Well, there's a lot of moving parts, at least for me. And then I will, wow, there is a lag. Holy mackerel. So before I go, I want to remind everybody about the midsummer art. I'm trying to visualize it. Midsummer art streamathon that starts at 12:01 Sunday morning. And our lovely Beth is going to, well, Miriam's going to be there, but Beth is going to take the first shift, God bless her, the first shift all week. And it's going to run from Monday till Saturday, 6 days. And each day is going to have a specific theme. Saturday is going to be like all of the above. So anything goes, mixed media. And I know Wednesday is drawing because I've already mentioned it's drawing. And I am going to attempt to draw. So on Wednesday from 4 to 6. But again, it starts at midnight. And most people are doing an hour or two. Devon's going to do her thing. I think Devon's involved. I counted 21 people involved. Yes, it's all Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Barbara. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, all the times are. And I think if you go to Miriam's YouTube channel, which is Art Curious by MNW, I do believe, click on her community page. I think she's got the whole thing posted there. And she and Raul have been working hard to put this together. It's kind of, the dog days of summer, August. It's hot and it keeps on dragging on, and this will be a nice kind of break. So whenever you wake up or whenever you want to be motivated. Okay, I didn't even know that Raul had a channel, to be honest with you. That's okay. I've only seen him on Instagram and TikTok. He has a channel? Why didn't I know that? Well, that's green, all right. That is green. I'm not sure I'm crazy about that green, but I'm committed now. There is a link to Miriam's community. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barbara. I think Marion said she was going to. Yeah, she said she was going to take a nap, and she'd set 2 alarms. And there was a big open space in the wee hours of the morning, and I volunteered to take like 3 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. But then Vanessa stepped in, so I guess Vanessa is going to have the graveyard shift. I guess and then Mary is coming on at 6, and she's doing 6 to 9. I think that's tomorrow. But beyond that, there's just a lot of people. Well, I said earlier, I counted up 21 different participants, and I'm sure a few more have been added since the 21 that I counted. So it's a lot of people. Talk about herding cats, huh? Ooh. And then you got to hope. Now, I didn't put anything in. I haven't go back and put something, I didn't. And I'll go back and on my description page, I will add, I'll put the links to the people who are coming after me. And Saturday, I do believe I'm on from 1:30 to 3:30. All right, I got some stuff in. I guess that's a leaf. There's something that's a leaf, I think. I can't really tell, so I'm going to dab a little green in there. I guess it's a leaf. Yeah, I guess it's part of a leaf. I guess it's like, if you do little dabs, it's like pointillism. Point, 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 point. Gotta have sound effects, right? Point, 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 point. And point, 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 point. All right. Look at that. And I think that I'll go back and give the yellow a second coat. Yes, go in at 11:30 just in case. It is. It is. Beating artists' cats, beating them or hurting them or yeah. All righty. Well, I'm going to sign off because it's time for the lottery. If you haven't guessed, that's what Adria does. She is the lottery lady. What, in Atlanta? Is that what you're doing? Yes, and Louisa used white paint, and she had a different stamp, and her flowers were like white daisies, and she used regular white paint, and it did give it a lot of dimension. But I think a second coat of the yellow. Are you suggesting a different shade of yellow? I'm not sure. Yeah, I love autocorrect. Not okay, folks. Well, listen, I've come up with a different sign off. I always say, if you can't be good, be careful. Oh, that's right, Devin. You are right on behind. That's right. I'm sorry. Devin's on before me, but there's somebody else, Peg McIntyre. I don't know who Peg McIntyre is, but she's like in there a half an hour slot. I don't know whether that's a mistake, but people are asking me who was before me, and I said Devin. I have to follow Devin, but that'll be okay. That's right. But my new sign off is, I always say, if you can't be good, be careful, because that's what my mother used to say. But I'm going to add, if you can't be good, be fabulous. So I will say good night on that note. Be fabulous. Love you guys. See you certainly around the internet. So that is for sure. Let me close out the camera and end stream. Bye. Oops, end stream. Bye, guys.